रोल है हाँ मैम कर्नाटका सीएम सिद्धरामैया likely to resign today. What did you say on this?
I think Siddharamaiah ji has proved himself as a very capable leader, a mass leader, someone who started from scratch and has managed to serve 2 times towards the cause of the people of Karnataka. And he leaves behind a big legacy. However, at the same time, D.K. Shivkumar ji also over the years has proved himself to be capable, and I wish him all the very best. We have seen changes happen in various state governments, various governments from even the Bharatiya Janata Party, and in the BJP we've seen how overnight changes happen without consultation. This is a smooth transition, and I think from whatever learnings that D.K. Shivkumar ji has taken as the Deputy Chief Minister, he will be able to take the same cause of Siddharamaiah ji forward, and I wish him all the very best. Having had the opportunity to work with both when I was in the Congress, especially D.K. Shivkumar ji, I know he's very dynamic and he's quite a go-getter as far as the Karnataka is concerned, as the state government is concerned, and I'm very certain he will do a good job for the people of Karnataka.
Ma'am, cow sacrifice is not essential to Bakri. Madras High Court order to statewide ban. What do you think?
I think this has been something which has been mandate of every state except for a few in the northeast and in Goa. But as far as I understand, as soon as the BJP government came into power, they made it a political issue, and they also spoke about banning of cow slaughter. At that time, it was welcomed in many states. If I'm not mistaken, even in Tamil Nadu, the same rules apply. But in case that there has been a change which the High Court has spoken about, it would be quite in line with what the mandate has been, and they have taken a decision because animal slaughter per se for the occasion of Bakri Eid specifically mentions it is a a slaughter which could be symbolic, or it could be a sheep or a cattle, but cows, because they are revered in the Hindu religion, to maintain a balance, I think it is important.
Yes, ma'am, protester attack on ED officials and vehicles outside the Pinarayi Vijayan house in Kerala capital after raids.
I think it is very unfortunate that the officials who are working on particular investigative cases are attacked like this, and this should be discouraged and this should not be condoned in any form. But there is one question I want to ask of all our agencies today, whether it's ED, whether it's IT, whether it's the CBI. Why is it that the people of the country are losing confidence in you? Why is it that they have started to believe that you all are being used as a government toolkit to go after members of the opposition? That is because they're seeing how selectively opposition members are targeted, they are pressurized, they're put behind bars, they're even told that they'll be saved from going to the jail if they change to the Bharatiya Janata Party. So there is a growing distrust and a huge trust deficit that exists between the people and these agencies. These agencies would need to rethink about their own role in the constitution, that they are supposed to work for the country and not for the governments which are in power. So there is, maybe because of the trust deficit, we are seeing something like this, but anyone taking law and order in their own hands is unacceptable, and strict action should be taken. But I think it is high time all these agencies relook at their own role and not fall prey and become tools of the government to go after the opposition.
Yes, ma'am, on SIR ruling, Supreme Court tells Election Commission to report deleted names and set stage for citizenship test.
No, they have also said that while SIR is a mandate which is under the Election Commission's domain, which nobody has defied and nobody has challenged, the challenge has definitely been of the timing of how the SIR has been conducted just before Bihar went into an election, just before West Bengal went into an election. And those who were eligible voters, just in case they got deleted from the electoral rolls, they did not have enough time to appeal before the election process took place. So the fight was actually for that. Even now you have an entire SIR process being carried out in Maharashtra. It was carried out in Uttar Pradesh, though election is 3 years away. It does make sense, but however, an election coming within 6 months and an SIR procedure being taking place, many people disenfranchised and they don't even have any way to appeal. If you remember in Assam, one of the judges of the tribunals, he resigned because he said it's impossible for me to ensure that to hear all the case in a particular time frame. So these are challenges, but Supreme Court, nobody can, I would again go to say with all due respect to the Supreme Court of this country, while it is the mandate of the Election Commission, it is also the mandate to ensure that Election Commission carries out this entire SIR in the spirit of which it should be done, where the voters' rights are not taken away on the basis of their political choices.
Okay. Ma'am, 30 lakhs beneficiaries of Mamta's Lakshmir Bhandar unfit for the Annapurna scheme in West Bengal. What do you say on
No, I would say that if anyone who's ineligible should be rooted out. Even the Maharashtra government during the Ladki Behan scheme just before election ended up giving the Ladki Behan scheme applicable to anyone who submitted a form, and every home got X amount of money. But as soon as they came into power, and now with every repeated year, they're toning it down and they're weeding out those people and bringing in some new clauses, new conditions, new terms that denies women the Ladki Behan benefits. So this is how probably the state government of West Bengal is looking at it. Anyone who is not eligible should be kept out. But anyone who is eligible but is being kept out because there is a new terms and conditions which is being put in place, so we would definitely need to look at the new terms and conditions that are imposed to deny some people who are perhaps eligible to get those schemes but are being denied it.
Ma'am, in Twisha Sharma, that case, Giri Bala Singh's anti-slavery bill quizzed by Madhya Pradesh High Court.
I absolutely welcome it because the kind of comments that were coming from Giribala Singh and the way the first postmortem took place, and it was only after a huge hue and cry that a second postmortem has taken place, and the postmortem findings that are coming out in the second case show that there could have been some kind of badly conducted first postmortem which was influenced by those who are in positions of power, which is extremely unfortunate. But the hurried way in which she got an anticipatory bail, how her son was on the run, how he chose to go to Jabalpur, get VIP treatment before getting arrested, but he was taken to Bhopal. All this indicate that by the virtue of them having the, he was a high court lawyer, the mother was a district court judge. So she had the power, and she was also misusing it by speaking constantly to the media and accusing the dead of so many things which are absolutely shameful. She said things like she wouldn't plant water, she wouldn't water the plants, she wouldn't cook food, she was a schizophrenic, she was a depression case, and she had multiple relationships. I mean, the kind of accusations she made were absolutely unfortunate, and I'm sure the court would have cancelled the anticipatory bail on the basis of the argument that would have come forward in the court and the evidence that would have been presented against this bail application. So, but I welcome it, but I also hope that the family gets justice. The family of Twisha Sharma gets justice, and it sends out a strong message through our courts that any woman who loses her life by the virtue of in-laws ill-treating her, or on the basis of dowry, or on the basis of expectations that these homes have, marital homes have, is given the strictest punishment that they deserve, and it discourages anyone going forward to work against women and to go to create a situation against women that makes them take their own lives.
Tamil Nadu CM Vijay meets PM Modi in Delhi and raises Vande Mataram road during talks, and Vijay's 20 minutes meeting with the PM request on state anthem Make It Datu.
Yes, I believe there was an argument about why Vande Mataram was played first, followed by the national anthem, followed by the state anthem. So, respecting the sentiment of the people of the state, I think this can be looked into by the central government. This entire idea of Vande Mataram being played out just before all these anthems take place was something that could have a wide-ranging consultation, stakeholder consultation with various state governments before doing that. For example, when the West Bengal oath-taking ceremony was happening, it did not play out the way it played out in Tamil Nadu. So that also gives us a sense of confusion in the minds of people that how does this work? Is this a political tool that they're making Vande Mataram to be, or is it something that they truly believe in? So I think he has raised his concerns, but nobody has a problem with Vande Mataram, nobody has a problem with the national anthem, nobody has a problem. But it definitely becomes an issue with every single state who hold pride in their region to also give equal respect to the state's song.
Thank you. Rahul Gandhi stated that not suicide but broken and corrupt system. And Rahul Gandhi also stated on NEET aspirant death. Rahul Gandhi met the families, Pradeep Megwal's family, and blamed a broken and corrupt system for his death, accusing the center of failing to stop examination leak and protect students.
I absolutely am in agreement with what Rahul Gandhi ji is saying with regards to how the youth are being mentally harassed, mentally traumatized to lead them to their deaths. These are not suicides, these are murders of a broken system, a systemic failure, and absolute refusal by the government of India to, in some way, try and bring in accountability and transparency. By now, the education minister should have stepped down for repeatedly failing the people, the students of this country, whether it is a leaked NEET paper, whether it is about the CBSE fiasco that we are seeing. And over the 10 years, over 9 crore people have been impacted by various paper leaks in various states. And the inability of the government to hold someone to account. It is definitely the education minister who should be stepping down, and he has, I would say, no moral authority to continue in the position that he is continuing. It's a shame, it's unfortunate, and I think they should all, whoever is responsible for these discrepancies and this failure, should be charged of murder for murdering the young lives of those people who had found no other way to find a solution but chose to take their own lives. It's a shame.
Misbehave with women MPs. TMC Kakoli Dasidar complaints against Kalyan Banerjee. MP Kakoli Ghosh Dasidar has written to Lok Sabha Speaker on Birla to formally lodge a complaint against party colleague Kalyan Banerjee.
I think after the loss of TMC in the West Bengal elections, we have been hearing all kinds of arguments coming from their MPs, even some of their MLAs, and even some of their corporators, which is likely to happen in any regional party which sees a loss. But at the same time, Kakoli ji has been a senior member of parliament. So has Kalyan Banerjee ji, and it is under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee who's chosen to give the responsibility to Kalyan Banerjee. And we've been seeing Kakoli ji has been speaking about IPAC and now this and now writing to the Lok Sabha Speaker. I'm just hoping that within the party they would be able to talk amongst themselves and find a solution, because they have been strong in the voicing their opposition in the center. They have worked as one cohesive unit, whether it is in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. And I hope that they all sit down and find a solution and way forward for this. That is all I can say. But they are way more experienced than I am. They've had many more years of service than I have. I can only hope that as opposition we continue to stand together and oppose the Bharatiya Janata Party and its undemocratic, unconstitutional way of functioning either in the parliament or the state assemblies. She herself has such a bad